Hello once again, fellow friends. On this glorious morning, it was just kind of lightly sprinkling, but I wanted to get out and show we are having the most spectacular, amazing fruit trees. It's amazing. Also, Flower had her babies. There's 7 of them in there. Look at that. Came in here tonight to find a broody chickie. Look at you. Hi, girlfriend. You gonna give us babies? Yeah. Woo! Baby chickies. Then we decided we were gonna make some raviolis. And we usually make them like a week or 2 in advance. But when we make them, we make a whole bunch of them. Where the beginning part of this video went, I don't know. But I do know that Madison was playing with my phone because she likes to play this match it game. And then sometimes videos get deleted. But the water bottle works great because if you give them a glass or a bowl, they dunk their whole hand in there and then it's just too much water and then it gets too gooey and that's just a royal mess. But if you give them a smaller hole, it's more controllable, I have found. But we took 3 different sausages. We took a mild, we took a spicy, and we took a queso. And we took them out of their packaging and we mixed them up. And we make our own little raviolis. And we love to smush them down. She's also gotten really good with the fork technique. So this is one of her favorite things. Of course, she loves to be in the kitchen. And this little pasta roller is amazing. You want to make regular pasta, it has a little adapter where it cuts it so it's in pasta noodle forms. It's great. With the overabundance of eggs that we have, I am going to research on how to preserve noodles. So, videos of that coming. That is just quick and easy with the pizza cutter. Just roll it on down. So it makes quite a bit for like one roll out, and then we do another one and more. And then we section them off. We put them on cookie sheets and we will freeze them in the freezer. Then when they're frozen for about 2 days, then we'll take them out and section them into Ziploc baggies and put the date on them and put them back in the freezer. And then it's just a few minutes of boiling, just like the ones that you get at the grocery store. Except here, they're much better. And when we end up making them, I will do a video on how they look. And they're great. They taste amazing. Also this week, we had to add more straw to the bunny run. And the kids love taking the straw out and smushing it and spreading it out. And of course, the bunnies get in there and they do their job and they move it all around and everything. But the bunnies have kind of become like the kids' responsibility. They love it. They go out there almost every night. I mean, sometimes they'll skip a night here and there. But we do have 2 water bowls and 2 food bowls. So if you skip a night, they still have food. But the kids also like to sit on the ground and pet and play with the bunnies. Nice thing, it also keeps them socialized. We also give them every day a nice big bucket of greens. Here Madison went out and collected a whole bunch of clover and dumped it in there. Nathan goes out and fills up 1 bucket of water, just enough to fill up 1 pan, and then goes back out and fills up another one. And here is what Flower's babies look like. As you remember, Baby had babies a few weeks ago. They're up and hopping around and doing good. And then we're going to have trellises in the garden. And here I'm going to put cucumbers, loofahs, and squash on these 3. When it gets a bit warmer, I'm going to have 3 more, and they're going to be the acorn squash, the pumpkin, and zucchinis. And those are going to be my next 3. But underneath these, we're going to plant our brassicas. So I'm going to plant in broccoli on the far side where Michael's at. And then on the close side where I'm at, I'm going to plant cabbages. And we're going to go all the way down this with brassicas. Here's my hope and my thought process is we'll get a longer season out of them because the vines will vine up and over, which will give them shade, which will keep them cooler, which will prolong the brassica's life. So hopefully we'll get bigger heads of cabbages and bigger heads of broccoli. That's my hope. That's my thought process. If anybody has experience in this, please leave me a comment below. Let me know. But that's what I'm hoping. I put the ducks in here and some chickens to do their job, to eat all these weeds and put lovely poop in there. This little doojiggy is amazing. It's a lifesaver and it goes a lot quicker. The dirt is like a bit rocky, but also it just rained, so I didn't want to sit and dig and make a whole bunch of mud and everything. But this just, it gets in there and it loosens up the soil around the plant just enough so it gives it extra room to spread its roots quicker. But you have to be careful. If it does hit a rock, it will twist out of your hand. Yes, that has happened. And it doesn't feel nice. It kind of hurts. But still, it makes your job a lot easier. I plan on using this a lot to plant the rest of them. And here I am putting down straw. Just kind of like tucking the straw in and around them to help them with a little bit of the cool nights that we still have going on. But also to cut down the weeds and keep in moisture. The straw does an amazing job of keeping in moisture. You just then run your drip line through this and it waters the straw, which keeps the ground moisture longer. Also, when it rains, again, it absorbs everything. I did the same thing in the Illinois garden, except I had a lot more paper for a smaller garden. This is a really big garden, and I don't have that much paper. So, next best thing, straw. And the amazing thing is I went back like 2 days later to put down the drip line. I forgot to film that. But I moved some of the straw and there were so many worms underneath the straw, like right at the surface. It was crazy. So it's given a nice habitat. It's also breaking down, making food for the worms, which is going to irrigate your plants. And see, these are my potatoes. There's hardly any weeds, but if I dig up this, the soil is still wet. And it's awesome. So if you're looking for a quick hack, that's my suggestion. This is one last coop that we got to finish building. It is going to house the ducks and the turkeys, because we have our chicken coop next to it and we have the bunny coop next to that. But as soon as we get this one done and built, we can put all the chickens, ducks, and turkeys in this lovely area. And they'll have all this grass and bugs to eat. Chickens love bugs. And they love grass. And right now, kind of where we have them at the house, they ate all the grass. And they won't let any grass grow. Because as soon as it starts to peak up, it's eaten. It's gone. So here, they have about 1/4 of an acre. So I think that's going to be enough grass, hopefully to satisfy them for a while. And to give some time of recuperating here and there's. Yes, the grapevine, if you look right behind Michael, is in the middle of the chicken area. We didn't plant that. It was previously planted. We're excited to see what type of grapes they are because we don't know. But there are little bitty baby grapes on it. I'm so excited about that. But we're going to fence it, and I'm going to put some mesh tulle over top of it. Hopefully to keep the chickens out. But if you have chickens, you know how mischievous they can be. They're like a little toddler. They get into everything. So I have high hopes and hopes that that will stay there. We also do have 2 other grapevines on the outside that were previously here that have grapes on them as well. So if we lose this one, we still at least have 2 other ones. Plus, remember, last year in fall, we planted 6 Stark Brothers grapevines, which are doing amazing. I'll have to do a video on those soon. But we'll have to mow that area first. It's been raining a lot here in the Ozarks, and if you have grass, you know when it rains, the grass grows. And we have a lot of grass to cut. And then we install the door here, and then we will install the chicken wire on top of that mesh area, and then we'll be able to put the top on the tarp. Yes, this is on a hill sloping downwards, so the doors never close. Michael will shave that off, and the door will close. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please do. It's simple, it's easy, it's just one click of a button. And this was a wonderful, busy week here on the homestead. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget, leave a comment below about something. Share with somebody who might like.